We've all felt it, that rising tide of frustration, the tension in our shoulders when someone just gets under our skin. Annoying people. They seem to be everywhere, testing our patience, disturbing our peace. You clicked on this video likely seeking an escape, a way to navigate these daily encounters without losing your cool. What if the secret wasn't about changing them, but about transforming ourselves? This feeling of being provoked is deeply human, yet incredibly draining. It can hijack our thoughts, steal our energy, and leave us feeling powerless. We might wish for a world without difficult individuals, but such a world doesn't exist. The real question is, how do we maintain our inner calm when faced with external agitation? Is there a way to become unshakable? Imagine possessing a shield, not against people, but against the disturbance they cause within you. This isn't about suppressing emotions, but understanding their origin and choosing your response. The wisdom to achieve this isn't new. It's ancient, profound, and incredibly practical. It comes from a philosophy forged in the crucible of human experience, Stoicism. Our guide on this journey is one of history's most revered philosopher kings, Marcus Aurelius. As Roman emperor, he faced immense pressures: war, plague, betrayal, and yes, undoubtedly, a multitude of annoying people. Yet through it all, he cultivated an inner fortress of tranquility, a testament to the power of Stoic principles. His insights are not abstract theories, but battle-tested strategies for living well. The core Stoic secret, passed down by figures like Marcus Aurelius, begins with a fundamental shift in perspective. It's about recognizing a crucial distinction: what is within our control and what is not. This simple-sounding idea holds the key to unlocking profound peace, especially when dealing with those who test us. So what is beyond our control when it comes to other people? Their opinions, their moods, their choices, their words, their actions. We cannot force someone to be polite, considerate, or understanding. We cannot wave a magic wand and transform their personality. Trying to do so is a recipe for constant frustration and a waste of our precious energy. Think of the energy expended, the mental anguish caused by replaying their words, wishing they'd acted differently, or plotting how to make them see your point of view. This external focus, Marcus Aurelius would argue, is precisely where we lose our power and our peace. We become reactors, tossed about by the whims of others. Now let's turn to what is within our control. This is where our true power lies. We control our judgments about events and people. We control our responses, not the initial flash of emotion perhaps, but what we do with that emotion. We control our own actions, our own words, and our own character. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't about denying reality or becoming unfeeling. It's about understanding that external events, including the actions of annoying people, are neutral until we assign a judgment to them. The annoying behavior of another person is an external event. Our interpretation: they are trying to undermine me, they are disrespecting me, this is unbearable, is our internal judgment. And it is this judgment, not the behavior itself, that truly disturbs our peace. This is the first crucial insight. Consider someone cutting you off in traffic. The act itself is brief, but your judgment, "What an idiot, how disrespectful," can fuel anger that lasts for miles or even hours. The Stoic approach asks, is this judgment helping you? Is it true? Or is it an added layer of suffering you've created? Marcus Aurelius would often remind himself that people act according to their own understanding or lack thereof. He wrote, "Begin each day by telling yourself, 'Today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence,' all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good or evil." This isn't an excuse for bad behavior, but a way to depersonalize it. When someone is annoying, they are often acting from a place of their own pain, insecurity, or limited perspective. They are not necessarily targeting you maliciously. They are simply expressing their current state of being or their own flawed understanding of how to interact. Seeing this can lessen the sting. This perspective doesn't mean you condone harmful actions or become a doormat. Boundaries are still important, but it shifts your internal reaction from "this person is attacking me" to "this person is struggling, and their actions are a symptom of that struggle." This creates space for a more measured response. The Stoic secret, then, is not a magic trick to make annoying people disappear. It's the cultivation of an inner citadel, a fortress of reason and tranquility within your own mind, resilient to external assaults. This citadel is built brick by brick, through conscious practice. How do we begin constructing this inner citadel? The first step is to pause. When you feel that initial spark of annoyance, that tightening in your chest, create a momentary gap between the stimulus and your response. Just a breath. In that pause, wisdom can enter. During this pause, question your initial judgment. Ask yourself, is this situation truly harmful to my core self, to my character? Or is it merely an affront to my ego, my preferences, or my expectations? Often, what we perceive as a major offense is, in the grand scheme, quite minor. Marcus Aurelius encouraged examining whether the annoying act truly damages your ability to be virtuous. Can you still be patient, kind, rational despite this person's behavior? If so, then their actions have no true power over your essential self, your moral purpose. Another powerful Stoic technique is to reframe the situation. Instead of seeing an annoying person as a source of frustration, could you see them as an opportunity? An opportunity to practice patience, to exercise compassion, to strengthen your resolve, to test your principles. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, Marcus Aurelius famously wrote. The annoying person, the obstacle, can become the very material for your growth. Each interaction is a chance to build that inner citadel stronger. Think about it. If everyone were perfectly agreeable, how would we develop qualities like forbearance, empathy for the difficult, or the skill of maintaining composure under pressure? These virtues are forged in the fires of challenging interactions. This doesn't mean seeking out annoyance, but when it inevitably finds you, greet it as a sparring partner for your soul. Each successful navigation, where you maintain your inner calm, reinforces your Stoic practice and diminishes the power such encounters have over you. Remember, their behavior says more about them than it does about you. If someone is consistently rude or inconsiderate, it's often a reflection of their own inner world, their habits, their level of awareness, or their unaddressed issues. Don't absorb it as a personal attack. Marcus Aurelius also spoke of our shared humanity. Men exist for the sake of one another. Teach them or bear with them. This suggests two paths. If possible, gently guide or inform. If not, then endure with patience and understanding, recognizing their flawed humanity just as yours is flawed. The choice to bear with them is not weakness. It's a strength. It's a conscious decision not to let their negativity infect your own inner state. It's preserving your own peace, which is far more valuable than winning a petty argument or putting someone in their place. How much of your precious life energy do you want to dedicate to being upset by others? Each moment spent in anger or frustration is a moment stolen from your potential joy, productivity, or peace. The Stoic asks you to guard this internal resource fiercely. The secret is realizing that your internal reaction is a choice. You can choose to engage with the annoyance, to fuel it with your thoughts. Or you can choose to observe it, acknowledge it without judgment, and let it pass like a cloud in the sky of your mind. This practice of detachment isn't about apathy. It's about emotional regulation. It's understanding that you can feel an initial flash of irritation. That's human. But you don't have to build a mental narrative around it that perpetuates your suffering. Marcus Aurelius would prepare himself mentally for the day ahead, anticipating the kinds of people he might encounter. Not to dwell on negativity, but to preemptively arm himself with the right mindset, reminding himself of his Stoic principles before interactions even began. This premeditation of evils, as Stoics called it, helps to reduce the shock and reactivity when difficult situations arise. If you've already considered the possibility of encountering rudeness, it's less likely to throw you off balance when it actually happens. You're prepared. Consider this. The person who annoys you is also, in their own way, seeking happiness or avoiding pain, just like you are. They are simply going about it in a way that clashes with your own. This shared, imperfect human condition can be a source of empathy, not just irritation. This empathy doesn't mean you have to agree with them or like what they do. It simply means recognizing their humanity, their potential ignorance or suffering, and choosing not to add your own reactivity to the situation. You can be firm and kind, assertive and calm. Ask yourself, what virtue can I practice in this situation? If someone is impatient, can I practice patience? If someone is unkind, can I practice courteous detachment? Each annoyance becomes a trigger not for anger, but for the exercise of your chosen character. The goal isn't to become emotionless, like a stone. Stoicism is often misunderstood this way. It's about experiencing emotions appropriate to the situation, guided by reason, and not being overwhelmed by destructive passions like rage or consuming frustration over trivialities. So the next time someone says or does something that triggers that familiar feeling of annoyance, remember the pause. Remember to question your judgment. Remember that their actions are theirs, but your response is yours. This is where your freedom lies. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't have to internalize every slight, real or perceived. Your inner peace is a sacred space. Protect it by choosing not to let external provocations dictate your internal state. One practical technique is to internally thank the annoying person for providing you with an opportunity to practice your stoicism. This mental aikido can shift your perspective radically, from victim to practitioner, from annoyed to empowered. Remember, Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. He dealt with life and death decisions, betrayals, and immense responsibilities. If he could find ways to apply these principles amidst such chaos, surely we can apply them to our daily encounters with less monumental, yet still frustrating, annoyances. The secret, then, isn't some hidden trick, but a profound, disciplined way of thinking and living. It's about understanding the mechanics of our own minds and emotions, and taking responsibility for what we cultivate within. It's about recognizing that the only person whose behavior you can truly manage and improve is yourself. This focus inward, ironically, is what gives you the greatest power in dealing with the external world, including its more challenging inhabitants. When you feel annoyance rising, try to zoom out. See the bigger picture. In the vastness of time and space, how much does this one irritating comment or action truly matter? Will it define your life? Or is it a fleeting moment you can choose not to magnify? This isn't to belittle your feelings, but to contextualize them. Emotions are valid signals, but they don't always tell the whole truth about a situation's importance or how you must react. Your reasoned mind can provide that broader perspective. Another helpful thought from Marcus: the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. If someone is rude, your revenge is to be courteous. If they are chaotic, your revenge is to be calm. This elevates you rather than dragging you down to their level. By choosing not to mirror their negativity, you break the cycle. You refuse to participate in the drama they might be trying to create, intentionally or unintentionally. This often disarms the situation more effectively than any angry retort. Think of your mind as a garden. You are the gardener. Do you want to plant seeds of resentment, anger, and frustration, allowing them to grow wild? Or do you want to cultivate flowers of peace, understanding, and resilience? The choice of what to water is yours. The Stoic approach is empowering because it returns agency to you. You are no longer a victim of other people's moods or behaviors. You are the architect of your own inner responses, the guardian of your own tranquility. This practice requires patience with yourself. You won't become a Stoic sage overnight. There will be times you react, get annoyed, and forget your principles. That's okay. The key is to gently bring yourself back, again and again, to these foundational ideas. Each time you successfully manage an annoying encounter with Stoic calm, you strengthen that mental muscle. It becomes easier, more natural over time. Your baseline level of peace and resilience grows. What if the annoying person is someone you live with or work closely with? The principles remain the same, but their application might require even greater consistency and perhaps clear, calm communication of your boundaries, expressed without blame or anger. Remember, your primary duty, according to the Stoics, is to maintain your own moral character and rationality. Protecting your inner state is not selfish. It's essential for you to be a good human being, capable of acting virtuously in the world. One simple mantra to recall when feeling provoked: this is external. It does not touch my guiding reason. My peace comes from within. Repeating this can act as an anchor in moments of turbulence. Consider the alternative: constantly being agitated, stressed, and resentful due to others. Is that how you want to live your life? Stoicism offers a path away from that state, towards a more serene and empowered existence. The effort it requires is a worthy investment. It's also useful to reflect on times when you might have been perceived as annoying by someone else, perhaps unintentionally. This fosters humility and a deeper understanding that we are all fallible, all capable of irritating others. This self-awareness helps to temper our judgments of others. If we too can be a source of annoyance, then perhaps we can extend a little more grace to those who annoy us. It reinforces the idea that their behavior isn't always a personal affront. The Stoic secret isn't about eliminating annoyances from your life. That's impossible. It's about fundamentally changing your relationship to those annoyances. They cease to be puppet masters pulling your emotional strings. You become an observer of your own irritation, rather than being consumed by it. You notice it arise, perhaps even smile at its predictability, and then choose a response aligned with your values, not your immediate impulse. This internal shift is profound. The world doesn't change, but your experience of it does. The same people, the same situations, no longer have the same power to disturb your inner equilibrium. You have changed. This isn't about indifference to injustice or harm. Stoics were deeply concerned with justice, but they distinguished between righteous action taken from a place of reason and futile rage that clouds judgment and achieves nothing. So, when faced with true wrongdoing, the Stoic response is to act, if possible, to rectify it or protect others, but to do so from a place of clarity and principle, not from a place of personal pique or uncontrolled anger. For the everyday annoyances, however, the primary action is internal. It's the constant, quiet work of managing your judgments, reframing your thoughts, and choosing your responses. This is the daily practice of a modern Stoic. What is one small step you can take today? Perhaps commit to practicing the pause just once. When you feel that familiar irritation, take one deep breath before you react. Notice what happens in that space. Or perhaps pick one recurring annoyance and try to reframe it. Instead of "this person is so inconsiderate," try "this person may be rushed or stressed. This is a chance for me to practice patience." See how it shifts your feeling. Remember Marcus Aurelius's core insight: the annoying person isn't the problem. The problem, and therefore the solution, lies in your judgment about them. Change the judgment, and your suffering diminishes, even if their behavior doesn't change. This secret is not hidden because it's complex, but because it requires consistent inner work, something our externally focused world often neglects. Yet, it is this inner work that yields the most lasting and profound rewards for our peace of mind. The peace that comes from this Stoic practice is not fragile. It's a robust, resilient calm that has been tested and found true through adversity. It's a peace that you build, and therefore, a peace that no one can take away from you. So the next time you encounter someone who pushes your buttons, remember the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. See it not as an attack, but as an invitation to practice, to grow, to strengthen your inner citadel. You hold the power to transform your experience of difficult people. It's not about them changing. It's about you choosing wisdom, choosing reason, choosing your own tranquility over reactivity and frustration. This Stoic secret is a journey, not a destination. Embrace the process. Each small victory over annoyance, each moment of chosen calm, is a step towards a more serene and masterful life. Your inner peace is worth the effort. In summary, the Stoic approach to annoying people is to focus on your internal world, your judgments, your responses, your character. Recognize what you cannot control, others, and master what you can, yourself. This is the path to unshakable inner peace. May you find strength in these ancient teachings, and may your encounters with others become opportunities not for frustration, but for the cultivation of your own profound and enduring calm. The power is, and always has been, within you.